Hello there everyone, welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses. So yeah, we have to go rescue Flayn and whoever the other woman is and avenge Manuela, because Manuela does not take this lightly. Oh, and I completely forgot I had Annette backing us up. Poor little thing. So yeah, this chapter is very unique in the sense that it has warp tiles, so it very much reminds me of the chapter 18 of Revelations. However, here it's a lot better because the game is actually designed more around you, just transporting around the battlefield and to achieve certain objective. It is actually very interesting because, like, you use it to find secret treasure, to to open doors and so on. Like, you only need to use like one or two at most teleporters. You don't have to use a shit ton, whereas Revelations kind of forced you to. So I like here that the warp tiles are a bit more optional. There's a lot more you can do with them, but they're ultimately mostly optional. Some of them are mandatory, but it's mostly optional. So yeah, I really like that about this thing. I think currently this is one of my more preferred houses, Three Houses, because yes, it is a bit gimmicky, but at the same time, Three Houses is actually been doing amazing with map design, so I actually quite like this more unique take on it and so on. So I think, and again, I think it's rather interesting because it's, it does teach you more about micromanagement and just trying to, divide your team, know how to work around it. The enemy variety here is absolutely fantastic. There are so many different enemies to fight. One thing about this map, though, I will say, just for a heads up, is that when it comes to clearing the map, I didn't know this. It'll go on to either you rout all the enemies minus the Death Knight, then the Death Knight will disappear, and he goes with the Dark Seal. That happens to me, thank you very much. Or you'd beat the Death Knight, and I believe the map just ends. So, yeah. What I suggest doing is keep one enemy alive. Then, or again, I think you've got 25 turns to. This is a turn limit map to either rout them or beat the Death Knight, but 25 is plenty. You have more than enough time. So just do that, and you should be good. Just so keep that in mind. If you want to beat this chapter, like if you want to get the Dark Seal, leave the Death Knight for last and leave one enemy alone. What you can do is, the place I transported to Linhart, just leave that place completely unbanned, otherwise the Knight will just literally stand there, and you can just not worry about him. Yeah. You motherfucker. And I'm surprised I'm not doubling. Then again, I don't think Linhart is very fast. Oh well. So, one actually strategy I found really good with this map is if you start with a stride, because stride is just really damn useful for getting you to places, and in this bit you can really do good on the player phase to completely wipe out the enemy. So each section is like its own little mini gauntlet, if you will. Like each one's got its own.
Nerf this!
And there goes the diva thing. Each one has its own section of enemies that usually stay there. Once you go into the enemy, they'll go into their range, they'll all start attacking you. Hand axe? Yeah. Oh, those two make such a good combo. Bless. So yeah, this map, what I recommend, honest to God, overall, I think range units really help. Also, this map has the whole thing with tiles where if you stand on certain tiles, that it will you'll get boosts. So range units help, but at the same time, I think for this map especially, a good fairy team is pretty good. Oh, hello. Yeah, their criticals are like, it's like do a double hit. And some of them are funny, they actually do 3 hits, which is literally the damage of a critical. Bless, there goes the baby with a fireball. But movement also really helps this map, purely because, you can, you need to get around quickly. But also, I recommend people are actually quite tanky, especially because if you transport around the map, some enemies will spawn, and you might have to take them on alone. But ultimately, I recommend try not to use one unit like to go into a certain area. Have some backup with you. Oh, there goes my crest. Yeah, I've got to tell you what. Becoming an assassin, the crit rate in this map, if you've seen with the thumbnail, is just going to skyrocket. It's ridiculous. And I'll take the extra defense. And yeah, okay, you can double this time. Guess Nosferatu slowed him down a bit. Which, fair enough. I mean, Nosferatu isn't even meant to be an offense spell. It's more of a assist. Well, it's white magic, so it's more of a defensive spell, which makes sense. Unless it's echoes, in which case you go nuts. So yeah, I really like this map. I thought this so far has been one of my favorites in Three Houses. If I had to narrow down some of my favorites, it would probably be the map where right the final bit with the Black Eagles before time skip where you are with Edelgard. I really like that one. The villager one is quite interesting, a bit chaotic, but at the same time interesting, and I like interesting. Oh, and there she goes. Yeah, I like to invest in Dorothea's sword rank because she's becoming a dancer in Levin sword. She works really well with the damn Levin sword. Like the paralog. Oh, goes the damn. Yeah. And somehow it hit me because fuck you. What was I gonna say? Shit. I like the Alois and what's his name? Alois and Shamir one, because that one has a really cool map and it's actually really challenging with how many enemies they throw at you, and the wyverns. The fucking wyverns in this game are scary, okay? I don't like them. Oh, I like being one. I don't like facing the wyverns in this game.
Contraptions in the floor. Stay alert.
Yeah. I wonder how Hilda's response to that would be like. Because I've seen dudes, what's Hilda's like, oh my god, there's like contraptions, honey, you really should look out for that, like seriously? They can't build us by themselves, they've got these contraptions, like god? Seriously? And level up for Petra. So yeah, this one I really like, and those ones, and even quite like Flayn's paralog is alright. It's not the best in terms of map design, but I really like it. Oh, and there goes Bernie. God, it's all about them bow crits, isn't it? Was it? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes if I can't kill an enemy outright, especially if they're dumb to me, I'll just use the fucking onslaught, like, yo, well, fuck this. God, I was about to... Yeah, and also, I do like Sylvain's one. I thought that one was quite interesting, where it's really player face heavy. Which, again, I appreciate, because Three Houses is a lot more... Starting out, obviously the game does adjust this, but starting out, it's so enemy face heavy, and... I don't mind enemy face heavy in Fire Emblem games. I mean, for God's sake, I mean, look at Radiant Dawn. Hammer down! But generally, I do, especially after playing Conquest and so on, just my general outlook on Fire Emblem, I prefer more player face. I mean, you know, to Gino's credit, it was very player face heavy, and I like that. Oh, and there goes the curve shot.
Nerf this!
So I do like how Three Houses does generally move more towards you actually being, you know, more of a thing. And oh god, here comes the fucking gambit. You know what? Sorry, it's early morning when I'm recording this. You know what? As much as I love Three Houses, and as much as I think the gambits are cool, sometimes they really get on my fucking nerves. Oh yeah, I forgot I had the mace. It's not, no, it's not enough, is it? No. Do we get a level up at least? Yeah, thought so. It's funny how they got mace and hammer, so they have a weakened version and a stronger version. Don't worry, Caspar, you'll start really picking up the slack soon. Oh yeah, heal Petra. heal my BFF. Is this a level up? Yes, it is. Cool. So yeah, just gambits, I swear to God, sometimes though, like, you get really fucked, you get stupidly fucked over if you get hit by one. And their accuracy isn't that bad half the time.
The mark of nobility.
Yeah. There's one thing, you know, there's one thing about Three Houses, which, late game, especially, like, after, like, Chapter 9 and so, that really fucks you in the ass. It's the lack of deployment slots, which I really don't like at Three Houses. Because, I mean, I get it if you don't really go after recruiting any of the other houses, but even then, you just get other pre-promotes on your side.
Nerf this!
And generally, you know, you just want to use more units, but it doesn't, like, get higher than 12 from what I remember, and I'm just like, god damn it. I mean, again, if you went out of your way to recruit all the students, it's essentially a wasted effort, because you're never going to be able to use them. There's so many I mean, granted, I can understand if, like, there's a unit on your team, if there's a unit on your team that you don't care for, so like, fuck it, I want to replace with someone. Like, for example, when you go against the Black Eagles, when you go against Edelgard in the Black Eagle route, you know, Hubert and Edelgard will leave you, so obviously you need space for 2 more units. In this case, Marianne becomes my medic and magic attacker, whereas Petra becomes my physical attacker, even though, you know, she's pegs to snipe, but she's still pretty good. She's got good speed. That much. Oh, I think I learned, yeah, oh, physics. Nice. That's very useful. I love physics. Also, I do recommend make sure if you've got thief utility, that's great in this chapter. But also bring some like chest keys and door keys. Be sure to bring some extra, just because moving around and all that jazz. But I do like how this map is. You do have to think a lot, and you do really have to micromanage. And again, I like micromanaging Fire Emblem, provided it's not too much. But in this case, it's just fine. Again, currently, fucking hit rates. As far as like, all right, before time skip. This is probably my favourite. Alright, not counting Paralogs. This is my favourite main map in Three Houses before time skip. Paralogs, very completely different story.
Interesting apparatus.
So yeah, it's like suddenly these guys appear. Interesting.
So you have come. I'll make sure.
Again with the crit. Again, I'm telling you, going like B4 as really bumped up the crit rate. Good lord. This has to be a level up. Which I wouldn't be surprised. Or maybe it's just a single hit. No, it's a single hit, but it probably leads into something else. I think. Yeah, heal a little baddie.
I needed that.
You know what? If all things considered, I think actually, if anything, if you get like bonus items, I think it might be worth investing in Bernadetta's HP and either res or defense stats so that she can take more hits. And like you can put her, because again, oh my god, these fucking hit rates, man. Fucking 30% my ass. As I'm saying, so that you can afford to take a hit just to get the boost, but it's not, because Bernadetta is quite frail, so taking a hit, you get the bonus of being able to deal 5 extra damage, but at the same time you're on low HP. So with Bernadetta, I think this is just how I think, investing in her HP or a defense or resistance stat would be good, so that she can take a hit and just like she can take a hit without having to worry about, oh god, am I in danger. She can just take a hit to get the bonus damage, and there goes Lin Hart. Gotta back up BFF caps. Well, are they BFFs? I'm just gonna say yes. Good level up, good level up.
It's simple.
Yeah. Again, the +5 damage is no joke. That's like, if you thought Bernadette was great now, wait till she becomes a sniper. Bernadette is like, I think when it comes to MVPs for Three Houses, generally, well, Edelgard's always like been really good, and obviously Byleth's been good. Dorothea's been pretty damn strong. Petra's been very impressive. Bernadetta's been great. Like, she'll fluctuate. She'll, like, there's been times where she starts great and then kind of, dips a bit. But again, Sniper is where she really skyrockets, but generally Bernadetta's been great. Ferdinand's really started to come into his own towards the time skip. Then he's been really, really good. Before he was just kind of Casper as well. Once he became a brawler, that's when Casper really, really started to shine. So that's cool. And Hubert as well, I started to notice more so late game because of his magical output was fucking stupid. His magic DPS is great. And as far as Blue Lions go, Petra's been the MVP straight up. Petra's been absolute, no, not Petra, Ingrid. Sorry, they're both Pegasus sides. Ingrid's been absolutely fantastic. She's been great. But Mercedes has also been a really good healer, and that's been a pretty good support unit. Sylvain's getting a bit better now. Dimitri's been very good. The dude's been damn impressive because of his just tanking abilities. And I think that's about it in terms of what you call it. Is there anyone else in Blue Lions? Trying to think.
And I didn't even enjoy it.
No. I think that's it. So most again, all the units again. Sorry, like my phrases. Everyone's worth deploying and good. Obviously to varying degrees. I heard Cyril's not that great. But naturally, I like how different units have different time periods, like because of how the way class promotion works, different time periods of how good they are. Like some start really good and then fall off a bit and then come back. Some take a bit longer. Some are just good all around. It's interesting. It makes the game more, for me, it makes the game more enjoyable because it's good to see these units change and fluctuate in terms of usefulness rather than like some Fire Emblem games where like even like they'll start really weak where it's to the point where there's no point using them, and even though you can make the struggle is just unbearable, or they start strong but they fall off, so it's like, oh, you're great now, but oh yeah, goodbye, or they're just good from start to finish. So like, there's no, I don't know. You just know they're always going to be good. You don't really have to try. So I like the 3 houses. It keeps fluctuating, and it stays interesting. Sometimes certain units are better designed better suited for better chapters, and when they learn certain skills and certain classes, they just perform much better. It's an interesting system. I'll tell you that much. Yeah. We're coming up to the end of this part. But I really did enjoy this map, and we're going to talk more about it next time. But for now, we're going to take a break here. So when we come back, we are going to finish off this chapter, and the Death Knight's going to run like a little bitch because, God forbid, I could ever make Hubert a Dark Mage, and I really wanted to. Oh well, next time. Until then, thank you all very much for watching. I will see you next time. Take care, and have a wonderful day.